I'm currently in the middle of doing some research for my own like personal brand and the offers that I'm doing and all that sort of stuff. Really, the concept is that I think that, if you want to have a good presence for your personal brand on a platform like YouTube, and then you want to, I'm trying to get better at like the sales aspect of it and just like actually, kind of building, not really like a funnel, but like a way for people to actually do business with me if I want, and really just show people what I can offer them. To this point, I haven't really done a great job. The reason that I'm making this video is because I just wanted to take a couple minutes, so probably not going to be that long, just to show you what my initial research is showing me. Most of the people, probably like you, if you're a normal viewer of this channel, are like building websites, have your own agency, maybe you're a freelancer, and you're constantly thinking, this is the trouble that I've had, maybe you have this as well. For the last year, potentially longer, depending on how long you've done this, I am like constantly in this mindset of talking to other web professionals that build websites and sell websites, and they just think in website terms. Now we have AI and we have all this other stuff coming soon, or coming now, like in the future. But the thing is, I want to explore what I think when we have that, there's a little bit of psychology piece into this. I think when we are so deeply entwined into that world, oftentimes, I'll just speak for myself, I literally forget how the rest of the world works. And not always will the rest of the world be your customer, but the rest of the world is a lot of people. And if you ever want to sell to those people, or like even just like you're just curious on like how the rest of the world works, like the average consumer of content or consumer of like, B2C products, it may or may not be. This may or may not be helpful to you, but I think if you ever dabble into that space, there's going to be kind of some interesting things that this might, you might glean from taking a look into and kind of like outside of your normal area of, business or dealings. This is just kind of what I'm saying. So to set the stage here of what I was doing, I opened up a ton of personal brand websites. And I was just really, what the thing is I think personal websites nowadays, if you're like a business person, you're offering some sort of like service or product or whatever. From what I'm seeing, the general trend, and again, I don't have all the data, I'm just trying to like amass what I have here. The general trend is that a lot of times, it's a mixed bag. Maybe they're selling off of their website. Maybe they're like just trying to direct you to their actual company that does the service or what have you, or their product website. The main thing that I'm seeing though is that there is a little bit of a mix there. And the specific thing that I'm curious about is if you have to, like, nobody's going to like, unless you're running ads, we're taking that out of the equation right now. Nobody is going to like directly come to your website as like a personal website. Like, doesn't seem like, unless you reach a level of notoriety and then people like type in your name and that pops up, or they just know to go there. It's not like a personal website is somewhere people are being like they're stumbling upon. It's like they're sent there maybe by, my thought was like, oh, maybe it's in the link section of like a YouTube channel, or a link in bio on an Instagram, or what have you. My situation is I'm looking at this purely from the YouTube side of it at first. My findings have been interesting. And the main point that I want to make with this video, and I'll show you, we can just go through a couple examples here. Like, I'll literally just turn on my home page for YouTube, because I actually normally have that turned off. And I lose this whole perspective because I just operate off of my subscriptions. The main thing that I'm seeing is that a lot of people don't even have like a website. Like these like a lot of big influencers, or whatever you want to call them, like content creators on YouTube. Maybe they're not selling something, whatever. Like it's a very strange phenomenon. And we're just talking about general marketing here. There's nothing really like overly technical. I'm just trying to see some patterns and see what people are doing. And really, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna like implement a lot of it, but I just don't know it. So let's just kind of like pop over here and I kind of show you maybe a little bit of what I'm talking about. Again, I normally have this page turned off. There's a little extension up here called Unhook, and I normally turn this off. I click it right here, and it hides this home page, and it actually hides the button. So I never come here. It automatically redirects me to my subscriptions, which in my specific case, a while ago, I deleted all my subscriptions. I unsubscribed from everyone and resubscribed to mainly just like WordPress individuals, because that's my niche. But again, if we're in web design in general, but again, if we're constantly thinking in that realm, we really don't see what the rest of the world, so to speak, is doing. And I think that coming back to this from time to time with this random shit that YouTube just decides to dump on you here, I think it's really interesting to kind of see. So just real quickly, in this research piece that I'm doing here, what I'm looking for specifically is my current project is looking for not like something like this, like the Masters. I don't give a shit. That's like a company, corporation, like an entity type thing. I don't care. I'm looking for, and there's a lot of these. Like I'm looking for pages, in this case, like channels. I don't care about the videos right now, but like the channels that look like their names, right? So, and I don't know any of these people, Eric Parker, Andrew Gomez, right? I wouldn't click on this one. So what I've done for the last just like, little bit of time here is I've kind of gone through and I've just gone to like, like I'll open this one, I'll open this one, I'll open this one. These all seem like individual people. Now, if you're doing this research, you can kind of look at those 3 videos there and just be like, maybe like ascertain what their channels might be about. Again, this isn't YouTube specific research because I know a lot of you guys probably aren't YouTubers. It's just like general marketing. It's like, what is the average person, creator, like thinking about doing, and what are they, and how are they getting in touch with their audience outside of YouTube or any other social platform that you or your clients are using or whoever. It's like a cool way to like attract people because of the distribution and the reach that you can get kind of organically in a way. Like it's free distribution in a sense because of the algorithm and everything like that. But after you get past that point, where do you send them? And I'm literally just, that's my whole purpose of this research is where are these people going? What are the calls to action? I'm not going to look through all these videos. I got to make sure they don't have like trailers going on and everything like this. But look, this is a perfect example. I don't know Eric Parker. I'm sure he's a fine person. But let's look at like 3 things when we open up a couple of these, just in real time here. I've never looked at any of these. Okay. So it's a person. That's number 1. 145K subscribers, 217 videos. Okay. And then look at this. Like, I don't care about the description. I don't really care what we're talking about here. Look, it's Twitter. And then another link, it's Discord. Like, where are the websites? This speaks to a broader thing of, this is just one example, but like, where are the websites? Why do people feel like the first thing in my mind, and it's because I'm website focused, but again, the world is kind of website focused, but not personal or entity website focused seemingly. Why is there no website here? Why doesn't Eric have a website? Again, it's not a criticism. I'm literally wondering, like, what is the reason that's the first thing that I would put in that thing. I don't understand it, right? We got Andrew Gomez. Don't know Andrew. But again, what do we got? Wait, let's go back. We have 217 subscribers. Okay, 113 videos. Smaller creator, obviously, at the current time with this. But again, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Why? Like, again, Michael Reeves. Okay, don't know him either. 7 million subscribers. Okay, we're all over the board here. Twitter, Patreon. Okay, now we do finally have a personal site. But again, it's not like the first thing that people are sending people to, right? And again, I don't know any of these people, so I'm just clicking around here. But my point is, if we're looking at all the different people, because like everyone, again, I think there's like this whole mix now, again, just to get into the kind of the strategy of like YouTube and content creation. I really think that if you're trying to, everyone that I'm seeing that is doing like kind of big things, they're like a person or they're not really an entity. They're not like a company that's like showing creating content for you. I feel like most of the big channels or influence or even just impactful, it doesn't even need to be size. It's like it's a person talking to another person. Like I'm explaining something to you, I'm entertaining you, I'm educating you. It's not like a company or something or like that image. Like I don't think the average person resonates with a company as much as they resonate with an individual. So if we keep looking at this, like, okay, Max over here, we got 4 million subscribers. Doesn't even have any links. Again, I'm not criticizing these people on like what they're doing, but like again, my thing is like you bring people in here. Now this is a bad example because apparently he does have a website, but I'm just saying these calls to action. I don't know. You could make an assumption on how many people are actually like clicking up here and knowing that that's there and everything like that. But my point is like, the emphasis of a website nowadays.
My
I feel
name
like
is Ryan,
and now we got one that's got the trailer going. Ryan here, he's got 800. So then this is a different example, right? So he's sending it seemingly to not like a personal site, but like a business site. Okay, cool. My whole thing here is, I think if I could put a thesis on this, I feel like we in the industry of web design and websites feel that websites are more important than they actually are to the average person. Now, I'm not saying I haven't decided if that's a good thing or a bad thing in my head, but I do think that it's important to actually look at this, right? If we go, let's just look at a couple more and then we'll wrap this. So we have John over here. Let's stop that. We have 500,000 subscribers. Come in here. Again, this doesn't look like personal site, but again, it's probably like a personal, like, but again, this is another good point. Again, I'm just throwing these random things in here. This is a personal looking YouTube channel, right? But then we have like created.news, which I'm not exactly I'm not sure exactly what that is, but my point is that that company might also have a YouTube channel. That company, product, however they describe it, might also have a YouTube channel. But I'm sure that this channel with this guy, who I'm assuming is like the founder or whatever, it probably does better because it's a person repping a company, and it's just like you're talking to the person. They're giving you value. It's just like you're having a conversation. It's really like a one-directional relationship, but like that's kind of what it is, right? And then you go and you think, okay, well, John gave me some great advice. Let me see what he's got going on. Oh, what he's talking about, if he's good, probably relates to what he's actually selling, and it could be just through him or through his company. And that's pretty much ultimately, I feel like, the formula there as far as how it works. But again, though, as you can see, it's very interesting how in this case, there's kind of the website situation, but I don't know. I looked at so many other examples, like when I refreshed this feed a ton of times, and just all the really big like YouTubers that I was like seeing, just like again, just that always pop up in the algorithm. They like didn't have websites, at least like front and center.
This
like,
video
again,
is
Ben Morris or whatever, like 800,000 just Instagram. It's like I can't even fathom the concept of just getting these people onto there. And now I am not doing deep dive on any of these people. My point is that from us, I feel like as web designers and marketers, there's always like a thing in the back of your mind, if you're really cognizant, is like, how do I get them to my real thing? Like YouTube is like my YouTube channel, great. Instagram, my Instagram profile, great. But like really, especially when you think about like open source and WordPress and all that shit, it's like you think, how do I get them to somewhere that's not controlled by someone else? How can I get them to sign up for a mailing list? How can I get them to buy a product and go onto a mailing list? How do I get them to sign up to a text message marketing thing? How do I get any information out of them that's not directly associated with a larger company like Google or Meta or whatever? I don't know if these people are like good or bad at marketing. Obviously, they're great at getting attention on these platforms. So I'm literally just studying it just to kind of see like what these people are constantly doing, and I just see what works for everyone else. So again, James here. Patreon, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, not even on there. Just all the socials. This is my point, guys. Okay, I don't know if we need to do any other. I don't know if we need to do any other examples. I just wanted to make this quick like overview and kind of like go over this concept because it's very interesting to me. Because I feel like we're constantly in this battle as whoever you are right now. If you build websites for people or you build websites for yourself, whatever, like you are creating a product and doing a service, building websites. Most of the time, those people that actually are getting those websites are probably like consumer-ish, but they're business owners. So it is B2B. But my point is, like, if one of these guys came to you, right? One of these people that I'm assuming these people did have websites, but my point is, again, it's like their emphasis is not the same. It's like there's two different competing thought processes or just, again, mindsets. It's like we live in this world, so we're constantly thinking of that. And that's like the first thing that we would put at the top because we want people to get to our website. But again, maybe I'm not saying that's the right way. I'm saying that, all these other people that have all this attention, they're just getting people to like stay in this ecosystem of like social. I'm not sure when they sell them. I'm not sure how they sell them. I don't know what, Patreon obviously came up a couple times. Like, I don't know, like whatever, like somehow there's a way there. But maybe this isn't a great example because a lot of these people are kind of just like content creators and they don't necessarily have a lot of like their money and their generation of revenue comes from the content in general and like AdSense and maybe partnership deals and things like that. So it's like kind of just handled all offline in a sense, or maybe digitally, but also like not directly like an e-commerce or any sort of consumer type thing. Like their consumers are basically just not their customers sometimes until they create brands. A lot of different ways to slice this. I was just doing this research and I wanted to share it with you guys because I genuinely want to hear your thoughts. And I think it's really interesting because we constantly talk about this stuff, at least in the circles that I'm running in right now with like WordPress and stuff, is like, AI is coming. It's going to make building websites easier and all this sort of shit. It's funny to me because these people just don't seem to give a fuck about their websites. like again, just to the point where it's not the first thing that comes to their mind. I don't know. Everyone's different. Obviously, everybody's model is different, the thing they're doing to generate revenue. But I just thought that was super interesting and insightful because most of the time, again, like in the last year and a half for me specifically, I haven't had this situation happen. Like it's always like website. Social media is actually kind of like secondary in a lot of ways. It's just to generate that. And then you get them off the platform and do whatever. I still think, obviously, that's probably the way I'm going to go. But it was really interesting to kind of see all these other people and just see like kind of what they're doing. What do they value? Why is where are they sending their traffic, or what are those models like? Again, didn't do a deep dive. If you guys have any more interesting examples, feedback, or anything like that, let me know. Just thought I would make this fun video about like marketing and kind of like the psychology of like the website thing from the average consumer, average, creator and stuff like that outside of the realm. So hope you found it somewhat interesting. If you have any thoughts, like I said, leave them in the comments down below. I greatly appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you in the next one.